All right. Well, everybody, welcome to our Essential Oils 101 class. I am really excited to be here. I'm Beth Basham. I'm your host and your teacher today. I have a couple people live on Zoom, and I'm also trying today to do a live recording on Facebook Live just to access a few more people if people are available. Oh, hi, Trina. See, I got Trina here. I've got a few people on Zoom. So I'm going to be looking kind of back and forth from screen to screen if that's weird for you. Just turn off turn off the video and you can just listen to my voice if you need to. But what I'd like to invite everyone to do is if you already have some essential oils in your home and in your life, feel free to grab your favorite essential oil or I guess whatever's close by and put a drop in your hand or put a few drops in your diffuser and take a moment to just rub your hands together or put your nose over to the diffuser and smell those oils. Allow them to be integrated into your experience today as we learn together a little bit more about essential oils and how to use them safely and effectively in your home. Today's class is going to be geared towards a beginner, but because I have some seasoned users on the video today, and if you have questions, if you're on Facebook Live, I encourage you to type those in. And if you are on Zoom, you can unmute yourself whenever you have a question, and we can answer those as we go along. So for my agenda today, I just really want to take the time to explain some of the top 10 oils, the oils that everybody really needs in their home to get started. And then I also want to, take some time to answer any of your questions, of course. And I want to tell you a little bit about the company doTERRA. Many of you already know about doTERRA, but if you're not familiar, I certainly want to take some time to review that. So maybe I'll just start there. Okay, I'll just start with doTERRA. So for those of you who are new to essential oils, just to let you know about doTERRA, that's a company that I'm going to be explaining the most about today, but it's one of the largest essential oil companies in the entire world. But that's because they have such an amazing reputation. doTERRA works with families and to use natural and find natural solutions for their everyday life. People turn to doTERRA essential oils because their current approach to health is not getting them where they want to be, and they're really just tired of using chemical concoctions for literally everything. They're also confused by all the natural options out there. I mean, there's so many things with the word natural on them, and they just don't have the time to do the research to figure out what they should use here and what they should use there. They want more energy, and they want to do the things they love without the side effect of stimulants, and they want to increase their overall energy. Okay, so essential oils can help with all of those things, especially as doTERRA, because they have an entire huge line of essential oil kits to support your family's health, whatever those health goals that you have are, okay? I personally love doTERRA as a healthcare provider, so I'm a dietitian, for those of you who aren't aware, and I was really skeptical about oils initially, and I fell in love with the company because they've really risen the bar in the essential oil industry. There aren't any fillers, okay? There's no fillers, there's no dilution, and you can't say that for most essential oil companies on the market. There's a lot of people who are adulterating and contaminating the essential oils, especially the cheap stuff you get at Walmart and Amazon. You can never be sure what exactly you're getting. So getting my oils directly from doTERRA has really provided me with that security that I'm getting the best stuff in the entire world. That means when you see doTERRA on the label, you're going to be assured that it's 100% pure and it's going to be effective. I notice, and I've talked to people who have used essential oils, they use doTERRA and they're like, wow, this is amazing. It's just so effective. So I just, that's a little bit about doTERRA. And another thing I love about the company is that if you're not 100% satisfied, your products can be returned within 30 days, and you can get 100% product credit back to try something else, or you can get a 90% return of your money back. So they have a guarantee because they know these oils are so great. So that's kind of the basic company story, but I can tell you when I first started with essential oils. Oh, hey, Jessica. Okay, sorry, I'm on Facebook Live and on Zoom, so I've got things coming through both sides. In either case, Yeah, so I was really skeptical at first, but I started integrating oils into my life, and I found them to be such an amazing and simple solution to living a cleaner and more natural life that it just really integrated with my values. And I've been using oils for 4 years now, and I will never ever change that. I love my essential oils. I've gone from the skeptic to the essential oil lover who will never turn back. And I encourage you guys to ask questions today. If you're exploring essential oils and you want to learn why that is. So we're going to just start with going through some of the top 10 essential oils that I think everybody should have in their home. You know what, before I do that though, I'm going to step back and I'm actually going to teach you the 3 ways to use essential oils, because as I announced in the class, I want to teach you the basics of essential oil use. So there are 3 ways, okay, 3 ways that we can use essential oils. If anybody is on Facebook or Zoom and you know what those 3 ways are, feel free to type those in to the chat boxes. But the first way is, anyone chat something out? Everyone's shy? Okay. The first one is aromatic use, and that's the one most people are familiar with, is aromatic use of essential oils. So aromatic use can simply be dropping an essential oil into the palm of your hand and taking a deep breath, inhaling the scents and the aroma of the oil. You actually have receptors in your brain that the smell connects with, and the chemical chemistry of that smell connecting to the brain is actually what can produce those health evoking effects, which is really pretty cool. For those of you who are using essential oils, I hope that if you don't already have, well, I hope you already have you already have one of these guys. This is the diffuser. Okay, I've heard them called all kinds of different names, really cute things like, oh gosh, I don't know. My brain is stuck, but it's really cute. Mr. Burn, I burn essential oils, but this little bad boy is called a diffuser. It's sending out little molecules of essential oils into the space I'm in to help uplift my mood and help keep me happy as I'm talking to you guys today. So, oh, Christina, okay, she got them all right. So she posted in the Facebook Live, we have aromatic, topical, and internal use, which I'm going to talk about all of those. So aromatic is probably the most familiar to most of you. It's a really safe way to use oils too for people who are a little bit leery. I find that aromatic use is safe for children, for young, for old, and if you have pets in your home, aromatic use is great, because if a pet doesn't like the smell, they can just exit and leave. They don't have to, you don't have to keep them stuck in a room with your essential oil smells, but they have the option to leave too. All right, so the second way, and Christina mentioned, is topical use. So topical use of essential oils is a fabulous and one of my favorite ways to use essential oils. When you apply an essential oil topically to your skin, it integrates quickly and rapidly into your body. So if I put a drop of peppermint oil, which we're going to talk about here shortly, into the palm of my hand, and then I smell it, I'm going to get the aromatic benefit, but I'm also going to get the absorption of that oil through my skin and into the cells of my body within minutes. 1 drop of essential oil has something like 1,000,000 trillion molecules. And I could be a little bit off on the trillion, million, trillion number, but it is a lot. And all of those little molecules are sent throughout the body, promoting health effects throughout every single cell. So it's pretty cool. When you apply an oil onto the skin, you're going to get the benefit all the way through the body from head to toe. Applying topically is really, really great, especially when you're on the go. You can stick oils in your purse and put them on your skin when you're needing a little lift of mood, or maybe you have you need some support with your respiratory system or your immune system. You can also use those oils topically on the go. I personally like to use I no longer use perfumes, and I've chosen to use essential oils only. So I even use essential oils just as a natural perfume for my body to help me smell really nice when I go out and about without that chemical toxicity from a lot of the synthetic ingredients used in perfumes on the market today. So topical use is typically recommended to dilute your oil before you use the oil topically. For those of you who are a bit more experienced using essential oils, you may find that you can put a drop of lavender on your skin straight without dilution, and it's no problem, okay? Not a problem at all. For others, you might find you have some skin sensitivity if you use oils directly on the skin without dilution. So what I recommend is, if you're unsure, grab a bottle of fractionated coconut oil, okay? I'm showing you a bottle that you can get directly from doTERRA. I like this because it has no smell of coconut to it, okay? The coconut scent has been removed. And you have this oil that doesn't harden at room temp, or excuse me, when it gets too cold outside. I recently moved to Wyoming, and my coconut oil in my kitchen that I cook with hardens, when it gets to a certain temperature. We wouldn't want that if we're trying to mix it with an essential oil. So the fractionated component of fractionated coconut oil helps keep it liquid at room temperature so that you can mix your oils with the undiluted essential oils to create a safer application process topically. Okay, if anyone has any questions about that, let me know. I'm not going to go into roller balls and all that jazz. I just want to kind of briefly talk about the importance of dilution. One thing that people don't understand about dilution, however, is that the essential oil can still be as powerful in its diluted form as it is in its undiluted form. Okay, so when I apply an oil that's been diluted with fractionated coconut oil to my skin, the fractionated coconut oil actually acts as an adhesive, keeping the essential oil from, like, the chemical word would be volatilizing, so coming off the skin and being put off into the air, but the coconut oil actually helps it stick to the skin, okay, stick to the skin so that it's more of it is absorbed into the body. So sometimes people think that using a fractionated coconut oil dilution is not as good, but it actually can be better if you want those health promoting benefits of the essential oils to be inside of the body. Okay, so I love fractionated coconut oil. You can use things like jojoba oil or almond oil. There's other options. So again, questions, please feel free. I'm just going to check my Facebook Live really quick. Okay, all right, cool. And of course, the last way that we can use essential oils is internally. I get so many questions about this because there's a lot of conflicting information online about whether or not we can use essential oils internally. And I was at the same spot that you're at if you're feeling a little bit hesitant or you're unsure. As you know, I'm a healthcare provider, and I've always been conscious about what I put inside my body. And essential oils are incredibly powerful little drops, okay? 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to about 28 cups of peppermint tea, just to give you kind of a relative idea of how potent they are, okay? So when we think about the power of that oil, it's not unusual to question, should we be taking this oil internally? So I encourage everyone to do their own research, but through my experience and through my reading and research and work with doTERRA specifically, I feel 100% safe encouraging people to experiment with internal use if they feel comfortable with it, with the oils that are safe for internal use, okay? Not all essential oils are safe to be taken internally. And the best way to determine if your essential oil is safe or not is to simply read the label. If it is not safe for internal use, even if you didn't get doTERRA as the brand of choice, it should say on there, not safe for internal use. If you go to the drugstore, even to Walmart has essential oils now, you're going to read on any label of oil that they put out there, not safe for internal use. So make sure you're reading your labels. Many of doTERRA's oils are safe for internal use, and the best way to determine if they're safe is to look and to see if they have an essential oil supplement fact label. And I'm showing the Facebook Live group the supplement fact label. This is On Guard, an oil we're going to be talking about. But you guys can see it actually says that it's okay for internal use, and there's a supplement fact label on the bottle. Now, I know some of you online are in Canada, and you do not have this supplement fact label on your bottles of oil. So I might tag Megan. Megan, did your bottles say that they're okay for internal use on the bottle without the supplement fact label? Do you mind if I ask you that just really quick for those of you who don't live in the US?
Yes, they do. I can actually, do I have one handy? So lemon, for example, it says on my bottle for aromatic, topical, or dietary use.
Okay, so it says for dietary.
Yeah, so it tells you how to take it internally as well. And that's
Perfect.
right on the bottle of lemon.
Awesome. Okay, so I just want to make that clarification because as I'm talking to you all, there's actually a lot of people on my doTERRA customer team that are not living in the US. So we have to look at all angles and globally, like what the different laws are in different countries in terms of labeling. So if you're in the US, just look for that supplement fact label. If you're in somewhere like Canada, still read the label. It will tell you if it's safe for internal use, but it may not be as clear as it is on the US label. So any questions about that, let me know. So I've just briefly reviewed the different ways you can use essential oils. There's a few safety tips that I would also encourage you to consider as you're starting your journey with essential oils. The first tip is less is more. Okay, so with essential oils, or with anything in life, right? Sometimes we think that if one is good, then 10 must be better, right? We get ourselves in trouble with that in many facets of life, but essential oils are no different. 1 to 2 drops of oil is typically all a person will need for the benefit that that oil provokes, okay? 10 to 12 to 20 drops is not going to be any more effective, and in fact could be harmful depending on the oil. Okay, so I encourage you as you're starting your journey to start with less and can think about less is more and slowly increase the dose if you feel like your body needs additional support. Oils are metabolized in our body really, really fast. So it typically takes somewhere up to 3 or 4 hours for an essential oil that's been applied topically or taken internally to be metabolized by our detox organs and be excreted from the body within 3 to 4 hours. For that reason, when you're using an oil topically, say you're using an oil to manage pain in your joints or a tummy, maybe you have a little bit of issues with your digestive system, you will want to use that oil every 3 to 4 hours to produce the best effects. Okay. In many cases, I found that just one application of the oil and I'm good to go. And I don't need to take an additional application. But if you've got something where, I'm just going to use joint discomfort as one example. If you have some just joint discomfort, you can apply an oil. You can apply oil topically, but you may have to reapply every 3 to 4 hours to keep the effect going. I really like this aspect of essential oils, and because a lot of the medications that we have they stay in the body a lot longer, and they can it's easier to get toxic effects from pharmaceuticals and medications. Essential oils are so great because they're metabolized so quickly. We don't have to worry so much about that toxicity piece, and we have to reapply every now and every 3 to 4 hours if needed. But it's a small price to pay for something that's safer and more natural for our bodies. So I hope that makes sense. Please feel free to chime in if you have any questions about that. So what other tips? What am I missing for the newbies? What other tips do we need to know for first time or early on adopters of essential oils? Less is more. Dilution, I already mentioned dilution, so make sure if you're using an oil topically, you dilute it. I'm going to give you some more tips as I go through the top 10 oils. Because there are some safety tips with specific oils that I will mention as we go through. So before I move in, and now I'd like to move into the top 10 oils for your home, does anybody here who's viewing on Zoom or on Facebook Live have any questions? Feel free to type those into the chat box on Zoom or Facebook Live. You can also unmute yourself if you're on Zoom and ask your question live. We'll take an awkward silence just to make sure no one has any questions so far. And does anyone have any health concerns they would like me to address? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to move right into it. I'm going to talk to you guys about what I consider to be the top 10 oils. Now, like I mentioned prior, doTERRA has an entire line of oils, and I should know the exact number, but it's something like 80 or more. These oils that I'm about to talk to are the most popular, and for those of you just getting started with essential oils, these are the ones that I recommend starting with because they have the most, they have the biggest range of uses in your home. They can each of these oils can be used for multiple different things. So they're really great oils to get started with. All right, so I'm going to jump in and just start with On Guard. Okay, On Guard is a blend, a proprietary blend that is made from doTERRA. This oil is probably one of my favorite oils in the entire line. I use this oil daily because it is so supportive of my immune system. So especially now that we're into the fall/winter, we're spending more time indoors, unless of course you live in Hawaii or California, which I know some of you watching do. You are going to be exposed to more germs. And doTERRA's On Guard is probably my go-to oil for all things immune system. This oil is powerful. It has a lot of different essential oils in it, and I'm going to read right off the label so I don't miss anything, but it has wild orange, cinnamon leaf, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus, and rosemary leaf. This oil is safe for diffusing, it's safe for topical use, and it's safe for internal ingestion, okay? So if you need support with your immune system, I encourage you to check out On Guard, use your On Guard daily. You can drop 1 to 2 drops in your water and just drink it there. Some people like to put the On Guard into a little veggie cap and take it that way. You can also purchase On Guard in this convenient little capsule that's already, that already has the oils contained, so you don't have to taste them. I personally like the taste of On Guard, but if you prefer not to taste, you have these convenient little capsules you can also purchase On Guard in as well. But On Guard is fantastic for immune system health. I also use On Guard, or I've encouraged my daycare to start using On Guard for my daughter Maya. I recently donated a diffuser to my daycare, and they have been so awesome, and they've been running the diffuser every day in Maya's room. Her teacher really loves it. They've told me that in addition to, you know, feeling like, ooh, awesome, this is supporting the kids' immune systems, it's also creating a sense of groundedness and support emotionally, because the oils in On Guard are also great for inducing a sense of peacefulness and groundedness. So by diffusing it, you're cleaning the air and the surfaces where the oils eventually land, but you're also helping to support your emotional wellness. I even use On Guard to make my own cleaning products. So I actually just, right before this class, I was cleaning my bathrooms. I have a essential oils class tomorrow at my house, and I was cleaning the bathrooms, and I had made a couple surface cleaners with doTERRA, and I feel so good about it because I know it's a disinfecting oil that's going to clean the surfaces, and by me touching that while I'm cleaning, I'm not being exposed to any additional chemicals that I don't need to be exposed to. Nor will my guests who come tomorrow, nor will my daughter who touches the sink, or anybody who's in contact with the surfaces in my home. So it's a peace of mind thing. Does anyone want to share how they use On Guard at home differently than what I've already suggested? If you do, feel free to type it into the chat box or unmute yourself at any time. Okay, I'm just going to keep rolling through since you guys are shy today. The second oil I'm going to bring up is another great oil for immune support, but this one specifically supports your respiratory system. And the oil's name, it's another blend, is called Breathe. Okay, I'm going to show a picture of it. Breathe, respiratory blend. This blend is fantastic if you've already started to pick up something. Maybe you've got a little bit of a sinus congestion starting, or you need some support breathing at night. Breathe is amazing. The oils in Breathe include, and I'm going to read them right off the label, because there's a few more in here, but there's laurel leaf, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, ratsanvara, and that is it, okay? This has a lot of great oils for respiratory support. Breathe is a great oil to put in your diffuser during the day or during the night if you need that respiratory support. You can also dilute Breathe and put it on your chest, or sometimes I like to put it behind my head just so it kind of gets into my brain cavity and helps to clear up the congestion as needed. But I like this oil kind of as an alternative to like Vicks Vapor Rub. So for those of you who know what Vicks Vapor Rub is, doTERRA's Breathe is a great option. If you don't want to do Vicks, you can use Breathe on the chest. This oil is safe for kiddos over the age of 3. okay, if it's diluted or put in the diffuser. I do occasionally use this with Maya in the diffuser, but I don't apply this topically to her because it does have some oils of question, such as peppermint and eucalyptus, that there's just kind of some mixed reviews on. So I feel totally 100% fine because I know these oils are so pure to put it in the diffuser for my 18-month-old daughter, but the choice is certainly yours. Over the age of 3, I don't have any concerns. So Breathe is a fantastic oil. Let me make sure I hit all the uses. Yeah, it's just another great oil for head and flu season. Those of you who suffer from seasonal allergies may also love Breathe. It can really support that. This is not an oil for internal consumption. So we don't put Breathe in a glass of water and drink it. This is one that is just used in the diffuser. Drop in your hand, do a nice big sniff to open the respiratory system, or topically. Okay, any questions about Breathe? I'm just gonna keep on going, you guys. If you have questions, I'm gonna just assume you'll pop in and ask those. All right, the next oil on my top 10 is another favorite, and it's a very versatile oil, and that is lemon essential oil. If anybody out there loves to put lemon in your water, okay, I encourage you to try lemon essential oil as an alternative to your lemon slices. Lemon essential oil is a very cleansing oil for our detoxification organs when taken internally, but it also helps with hydration because it helps make your water just taste a little bit better. So I love lemon oil as an internal use oil. I use it nearly every day in my water because it helps me stay hydrated, makes my water taste good, and hydration is important for health. But it's also supporting my detoxification organs and my liver specifically due to a chemical component in lemon essential oil called limonene. So for those of you who are kind of science nerds, I encourage you to get onto PubMed and look up limonene and see all of the different research studies on the things that limonene can do. But that is the major chemical constituent in lemon essential oil, and it's incredibly strong in doTERRA's lemon essential oil, and just a wonderful thing to use internally. You can also use this in cooking. Lemon oil can be added to icing, or it can be added to salad dressings to help bring that citrus flavor out in things you're cooking. It's a great alternative if you don't have lemons on hand. So I love lemon essential oil as well for getting rid of that sticky residue after you've removed a sticker from a new product. So it's holiday season, right? And we're gonna be getting a lot of presents and gifts for friends and family, and we've got to remove the price tag because we don't want people to know how much we spent on them. If you're having a hard time getting that sticker off of your labels, you can use a little bit of lemon essential oil, and that will help break up that stickiness and help you remove that. So that's pretty cool too. Lemon essential oil is also just a really uplifting oil. So if you put it in your diffuser by itself or with other oils, it has an uplifting effect on your mood. So if you just need a little bit of happiness, this is your sunshine in a bottle, lemon essential oil. Okay. All right, next. Gosh, I keep on saying these are my favorite oils, but I just really love the top 10. So I'm going to say it again, but another favorite of mine is peppermint essential oil, okay? Who here was like taken back when they first smelled peppermint essential oil? It's pretty awesome, right? Peppermint essential oil has such a powerful effect when you take it in. It's just so beautiful. This oil is found in Breathe, that blend I just mentioned. It's also a great oil for respiratory support, and that's why it's in the blend Breathe. But on its own, peppermint is incredible. It's great for uplifting your mood, giving you energy. If you're somebody who is on the go and you need that boost of energy, but you're tired of using caffeine and other stimulants to get it, I encourage you to keep peppermint in your purse. Just put one drop into your hand, rub your hands together, and take a deep breath and notice and observe the increase in energy and stamina that you'll receive from that little bit of aromatic support from the peppermint essential oil. I love this oil for so many things. I also use peppermint in cooking. I'm told you already, I'm having an essential oils class at my house tomorrow, and I'm making some brownies, some black bean peppermint brownies. And guess what I'm going to put in there? I'm going to put a few drops of peppermint essential oil as a replacement for, peppermint extract or something else you might use to flavor your food. So it's fantastic. I cook a lot, and I make a lot of goodies with peppermint essential oils. And now that we're closer to the holidays, peppermint is a fantastic addition to your holiday cooking. Peppermint oil is, I just have some notes here. I just want to make sure I'm mentioning everything. Yeah, so energy and focus, better than caffeine. Okay, I think I got it all. If anyone has any additional uses of peppermint or questions about peppermint, let me know. This oil is fantastic. I love it. And I kind of consider peppermint the gateway oil. This is the one that kind of wakes people up when they smell it. They're like, whoa, this stuff is powerful. So peppermint is fantastic if you don't already have it in your collection. All right, the next oil I'm going to talk about is a very popular one. Most people know about this scent, and that is lavender. Okay, lavender essential oil is something that you might find in a lot of products that are marketed towards helping you get deeper sleep. It's soothing, relaxing. You know, you might go into a massage parlor or a spa, and you will smell the scent of lavender because it's really got a relaxing and calming effect on the cells of the body. Lavender is fantastic for sleep support. That's kind of the big thing it's known for. So putting some lavender behind your ears. I really like to put oils back behind that soft spot behind your earlobe, but putting a little dab there, putting a drop in your hand, rubbing your hands together, smelling, and then kind of giving yourself a scalp massage is also really nice before bedtime if you need that support getting to sleep or getting deeper sleep. You can also put lavender on the bottoms of your feet. Now, this is just a quick tip, but the pores on the bottom of our feet are really absorptive. They take in oils really, really quickly. So by placing oils on our feet, and especially on different reflex points on our feet, we can have that soothing effect enter our body and be sent all the way through from head to toe. I like to personally put, if I'm looking for sleep support, I like to put lavender on my big toe because the big toe is a reflex point for the brain. So when I have that essential oil and I need that effect on my brain, sleep is that, you know, where I need the monkey mind to turn off, I'll put lavender on my big toes for that. So lavender is a great oil for sleep support. What people don't know is that lavender is also really, really excellent when it comes to supporting any discomfort or skin irritations. So the essential oil of lavender has really supported me when I get bug bites or if I have like a little cut that just is really painful. I will drop 1 drop of lavender on the site of irritation, and it's amazing how quickly it works. And I have a great story, not only about how it works on the human body, but actually on my dog Lola. So Lola, while we were still living in Hawaii, she must have been outside poking around, and I think she got stung by some insect. I don't think it was a bee, but it was something that really irritated her paw. And she was limping around the house and couldn't figure out, you know, what to do. She kept on like gnawing on her paw. I don't know if you guys have pets, you know what that looks like. You're like, oh, what do I do? And I didn't know. Initially my brain went to what? Benadryl, right? Like I was like, oh, we probably should give her Benadryl because that's how I've been conditioned. I mean, we've all grown up in the society where you kind of reach to the meds first. But then I thought to myself, wait a second, I bet there's an oil for that. So I got my essential oils resource book out. I'll talk more about this in a little bit. This is my Modern Essentials book. And I looked up bug bites. And guess what the first oil was on the list? Lavender. So I knew lavender was safe for Lola. So what I did is I diluted a little bit of it down and I put a little dab of the diluted lavender on her paw. You guys, it wasn't more than a couple minutes later that Lola stopped chewing on her paw, went over to her little doggy bed and went to sleep. So hi, Sarah. So pretty cool. I love that story because it was so fast and effective. And for people who are like, oh, it just must be placebo effect. It must be all in your head. I'm like, well, it's not in my dog's head. So, so it's pretty cool to see that effect that it can support not only me and my family, but also my pets. So lavender is an amazing oil. There are a million things you can do with lavender. I don't have the time to go through all of them, but look it up. Lavender has a million uses. And if you want more uses, just let me know and I can send them out to you. All right, next oil is Melaleuca. Okay, Melaleuca is also well known as tea tree oil. It's a perfect oil that helps promote skin health and can be used on skin imperfections as well. Melaleuca I oftentimes combine Melaleuca and lavender to make a little owie bite blend to help soothe the skin irritation, help clean it out. Melaleuca is a great cleaning agent as well. You can use Melaleuca to make your own cleaning products at home. Melaleuca is harvested in Australia, and the chemical constituents in the Melaleuca from Australia are incredible. They're incredibly powerful. For anybody who's traveled over to that side of the world, you'll know that Melaleuca is used a lot medicinally to support health and help with cleansing and rejuvenation. It's just a fantastic oil. Some people will call Melaleuca tea tree oil. So if that's a more familiar term, it's the exact same thing. Melaleuca and tea tree are exactly the same thing. All right. Another quick tip with Melaleuca is if you want to help keep your nails looking healthy and clean, you can take a drop of Melaleuca and put them on the fingernail beds or the toenail beds of your hands and feet to help purify and keep your nails looking healthy. So that's another great thing to use Melaleuca for. Yeah, awesome. Any questions about Melaleuca? Okay. All right, so we're gonna move now into another blend for muscle support. This blend is fantastic. It's called Deep Blue, and it's very popular. It's very, very popular for those people who have one of two problems. They either exercise a lot and they have a lot of sore muscles they're working through, or they have other joint pain issues. Maybe as they're getting older, they're noticing stiffness in their joints, their joints or their hands. Deep Blue is a fantastic oil for supporting joints and muscles. This oil can be diluted down and rubbed on the area of concern. So say you did just get a huge workout in and you've got really sore feet, just take a couple drops of Deep Blue with your fractionated coconut oil and give yourself a foot massage, or have your spouse give you a foot massage. It is incredibly soothing. I've had foot cramps before in the middle of the night. I don't know if you guys get those, like Charlie horses in the middle of the night. And I have just applied one drop of Deep Blue to the bottoms of my feet, and instantaneously my foot cramps go away. It is incredible how powerful this little bottle of oil is, and it has all kinds of great oils in it. Wintergreen is the first thing in it. Camphor, peppermint, you got that peppermint coming back again. Lang Lang, helichrysum, blue tansy, German chamomile, and osmanthus. So it's just a beautiful blend of oils, and when you put it on your hand, it actually is blue. It's blue. It's actually a blue oil, and that's from the blue tansy in the oil. So that's a flower oil from a flower that's blue, so the essential oil ends up being blue as well. Deep Blue is so popular with doTERRA that they've made it into a rub, like a lotion. You can even get Deep Blue in a capsulated form. This has some other, herbals in it, but just to support muscle and joints. Okay. In either case, Deep Blue is fantastic. You can get it in a roller ball too, so you can apply it directly to the skin without diluting it first, because it's already pre-diluted when it comes in a roller ball. And I'll just show you what a roller ball looks like for those of you who are new. But unlike the bottle of oil, it's a long tube that has a little stainless steel or plastic ball on the top of it that helps you can just roll the oil on the skin. It's already diluted with fractionated coconut oil, so it's safe to use directly out of your purse. Okay. Oil for Nana, I will get to your question when we're done going through the oils that I have in the top 10, but she's asking, so my grandma's online, this is awesome. Oil for residual shingles pain around the waist. Okay, I'm going to bring that up when I talk about the last oil today, okay, because I think that one would probably be the most supportive for your friend. Okay, so Deep Blue. The next blend of oil, again, everyone should have this, is Digescen. Okay, Digescen is another proprietary blend that you can only get from doTERRA. It is a blend of essential oils that supports your digestive tract. And just the other day, I don't use Digescen every day. I have a pretty healthy gut. I take care of myself. I eat healthy foods. But the other day, I think I got a little bit of food poisoning. I don't know what it was, but I just had cramps in my stomach. Hi, Erica. I'm going to see you tomorrow. But I had cramps in my stomach the other day because I must have gotten a hold of something not so good. I took 2 drops of Digesten in water, and within about 10 or 15 minutes, the pain had greatly reduced. It was pretty awesome. I was so, so excited about it. I was like, oh my God, every time I've been using these oils for 4 years. And when they work so quickly, even to this day, I'm like, wow, that worked. But Digesten is awesome, used internally or topically. It's not probably the oil that you want to stick in the diffuser, but this oil has a lot of therapeutic use when it comes to your digestive tract and just keeping you comfortable. Okay, so if you have a little bit of stomach upset or indigestion, Digesten can be a great oil to reach for when you have those concerns. You can also apply it just directly over your tummy. You don't have to take it internally, but you can apply it down low on your belly, diluted, of course, and that will also help support your digestive system. So, oh, and Erica says, I just took 2 drops of Digesten in water. My tummy was upset today. There you go. Okay, so I'm not the only one. All right, so 2 more oils to go through, you guys. Feel free, again, pop your questions in if you have them. The next oil I'm going to talk about is an incredibly powerful oil. This oil is also not something I use every single day, and I'll explain why. That oil is the oil of oregano. Okay, oregano oil, if you open this up and you put a drop on yourself, you're going to smell like pizza for the entire day. Okay, the entire day. I kid you not. This is an incredibly strong oil. Okay, oregano is incredibly powerful for fighting environmental threats. I go to oregano essential oil when the people around me are getting sick or I'm starting to come down with something myself. I take 2 drops of oregano in a little veggie cap, and I'm going to grab my veggie cap so you guys can see those. I got in my office here, I've got all the things, but this oil is what we call a hot oil, okay? A hot oil is an oil that, when undiluted, can actually create a lot of irritation on the skin or the esophagus if you were to drink it, just drops in water. So I encourage, when you're using hot oils, some other hot oils include things like thyme and cinnamon bark, but oregano is no exception. You might want to put it, if you take it internally, into a little veggie cap that looks like this, okay? Oregano from doTERRA is incredibly powerful, and it actually is almost like nature's antibiotic. So I don't encourage people to take oregano for more than 10 or 14 days at a time, because there are a lot of little bugs that live in our digestive system that keep us healthy. And of course, when those pathogenic or bad guys get in there, we want to kind of kill them off. Oregano can help. But if we take it for too long, we might start killing off the good stuff too. So when we're using oregano, use it judiciously. It is incredibly powerful. It can help keep you healthy, but you don't want to take it every day. It's not an everyday oil. It's a sometimes oil. This oil is also really fun for cooking. I will put a drop of oregano and thyme into like a butter and coconut oil mixture as a dipping for bread or vegetables. Kind of a sauce, a sauce you might put over some veggies, or a spread that you might use for some French bread or something like that. So it can be used in cooking, but it's so strong. So 1 drop goes a long way. A tip for cooking, if you don't want to use a full drop, because sometimes that's too much, is to take a toothpick, okay? Take a toothpick, you stick it in the hole on the top of that bottle through the orifice reducer, which is the plastic thingy, okay? And you stick your toothpick in there, and then you stir it into the recipe. That's really good for an oil like oregano, because 1 drop can honestly be a little bit overpowering in recipes. So to a little bit better gauge that and have more control, you can use the toothpick hack, okay? All right, so oregano, super powerful oil, not one I diffuse quite frequently, although you could. It's just gonna make everything smell like pizza. And not that that's a bad thing, but it's just a thing to know. Okay, so this is the last oil I'm going to talk about. This is the oil, I'm really excited about talking about this for a couple of reasons. One of the biggest reasons is because this oil is most likely going to be free with an order next month of $200 or more. But if you guys know anything about frankincense, You know it's a pretty expensive oil. This bad boy runs $93 retail, okay? And for those of you who are wholesale members, you get it at a reduced cost of $69, but that is still a pretty penny to spend for a bottle of oil. I didn't mention before, but a bottle of oil has 250 drops. It's quite a bit. It'll last forever. But I do know that frankincense, being one of those more precious oils, it's harvested in Somalia. It is a beautiful oil. It has so many uses, but it can feel a little bit expensive. So hold on to December 1st, because you can probably, and I say probably because it's been a promotion every year since doTERRA started the company, but they typically offer this bad boy for free, okay, in the month of December with a qualifying order. Frankincense is considered the king of oils. This is the oil that you're gonna go to when you don't know what oil to use. And the little saying is, and what you could remember is, when in doubt, pull Frank out. Okay, this is Frank. He's a good friend of ours. This oil is incredibly powerful for restoring cellular health. It's great for immunity. So just like On Guard, you could use frankincense topically or internally to help support your immune system. I personally like to dilute Frank with lavender for my daughter Maya and roll the diluted oil up and down Maya's spine before she goes to daycare, again, to keep her immune system strong. So frankincense has so many million uses. It's hard for me to think of all of them and talk all about them today. But in and of itself, frankincense is incredibly relaxing and calming. So at the end of a long day, maybe you had a lot of stress at work, maybe you had a hard workout, who knows what your long day entailed. But diffusing on our frankincense at the end of a long day can be incredibly relaxing and soothing as you get ready for that transition into your nighttime routine. So again, for those of you looking for sleep support, frankincense in combination with lavender could actually be really, really helpful in helping you transition into that deep and restful sleep, because frankincense has those relaxing properties. Frankincense is also great for the skin. So dabbing a little bit of frankincense, for me, I'm starting to get a little bit of crow's feet on the corner of my eyes. I use frankincense in my skincare to help reduce the appearance of those fine lines and wrinkles. So frankincense is excellent for those of you looking for support with your skin health. Okay, you can drop one drop into the current moisturizer you already use. Or doTERRA actually has an oil called Immortelle, and then they also have a line of skincare called Virage that has frankincense already integrated into it, just kind of how you like it. So Erica wants it. Erica, you're coming to my house tomorrow. I want you to have a little frankincense. We'll get you hooked up. So frankincense is awesome. And Nana, to answer your question, if you're still watching live, this might be a really great oil diluted from your friend. She could take it internally to help support her immune system as she's getting over her sickness, but it could also be used to help soothe her skin if she's feeling like she needs that support. If there's some pain there, residual pain, frankincense might be helpful, along with lavender, to help reduce the that pain sensation that she might be experiencing from her condition. So. Oh, and Erica says this takes away my headaches. I'm glad you brought that up, Erica, because for those of you who suffer from migraines or headaches, the frankincense on its own, awesome. But I have found and been told that doTERRA's deep blue and frankincense combined, rubbed into the temples and down the jawline, can be incredibly supportive for those moments when you're getting a lot of head tension as well. So another tool in your toolbox. You can combine oils to get different effects, which is pretty cool. So I have been talking a lot, and I feel like I have not given you guys the time to ask your questions. So now is that time. If anyone wants to unmute themselves or pop in a question in the chat box on Facebook Live, please do that. Did I answer everything you guys were wanting to learn today? Okay, Erica's giving me a heart. That's a good sign. Thanks, Erica. Okay, anything else? Okay. Well, I wouldn't be doing my job, you guys, if I didn't tell you about this month's November special before I get off here. This month with doTERRA, it's a really special month, and I know most of you watching the video right now already have an account, which is great. And a lot of you are actually sharing oils with others, so you already know about this. But for those of you who are, using your oils, you're enjoying them, you love them, there's an opportunity this month to get $50 in free oil. So all I got some background noise here. I need to, okay. The great special, you get $50 in free oils when you help a friend of yours get started with a wholesale membership with doTERRA. If you have a friend out there who you know could benefit from oils, this could be the perfect month to help them get started. I would be happy to help you with that if you need the help and support. But if they get started with a kit, there's kits available with all of the 10 oils that I just talked about for a reasonable price of about $150 is the starter kit, the lowest option, and then they climb up. You can get a kit with a diffuser, but if you help them enroll with a kit, you actually get $50 in free oils added to your account, as does the new person who's just enrolled. So basically, to sum that up, you help someone get started with oils, they get $50, you get $50 in free product or free oils. It's a pretty awesome deal, and I encourage you, even if you don't want to build a business with doTERRA, because obviously not everybody does, or even if you're not really actively engaged in sharing oils with people, this could be just a really fun month to build your collection up a little bit. Erica, get that free frankincense, those kind of things if you know somebody who wants to get started with oils. I am here to help and support you, so if you don't know how to sign somebody up, I can help you do that so you get the benefit. You get the 50 free points. I would never take that away from you. So just FYI, that promotion is through the end of this month. So it expires on November 30th. And then December, as I mentioned, you can qualify for free frankincense. So pretty much every month, if you're a wholesale member with doTERRA, there's some pretty awesome promotions that go on. Okay, so okay, Erica asked, so what's their total look like with 50 off for the low package? Okay, Erica, they don't get $50 off. So they would purchase the kit. So the lowest kit is the Family Essentials kit. It comes with all the 10 oils I just talked about, plus a peppermint and On Guard beadlet capsule. Okay, so it's $150. Once they get that, what happens is within 10 days, doTERRA adds 50 points worth of product into their little doTERRA piggy bank on their account. They'll do the same for you if you're the person who got them started. So they can then go and redeem those free points for any additional product that they want. Maybe they want another peppermint because they loved it so much. Maybe they want another oil I didn't talk about today, but they learned something about copaiba, which is another amazing oil, and they wanted to add that to their collection. They could do so for free with those 50 free points that get added to their account. I hope that makes sense. So it's not like they get the money off the package right away, but they get the 50 additional points after the purchase has been made. Does that make sense, Erica? Will you just give me a thumbs up if that's clear? If it's not, I can kind of restate that. Okay. All right, my friends. Okay, let's see. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anything because I just have so much to say about essential oils, and I don't want to get off the call today and be like, oh no, I forgot to tell them about this, but I think I got it all. There's so much to learn about essential. Oh, I know what it is. There's so much to learn about essential oils, and it can feel overwhelming, right? Like you can just feel like, some people are scared to even get started because how? There's too many things. So any essential oil user, and I'm no different. I'm not an aromatherapist, you guys. I do have a health field background, but that doesn't make me an expert when it comes to essential oils. What I use are resources, and trusted resources at that. My favorite resource for the beginner of essential oils is this book. It's called Modern Essentials. You can find it on Amazon, or go to websites like Aroma Tools or Oil Life. There's a whole bunch of different ones out there. But this book, you can also get it in app form, so you can go to your store on your iPhone or your Android and you can look up Modern Essentials. It's $6.99 as an app for your phone, or this book is about $15 when you buy it on Amazon. This is actually, I gift this to anybody too who gets a kit. So for those of you who haven't yet started and you want to get started with me, I actually gift you a book with your oils because I want you to know how to use your oils. The reference guide is great. You can look things up by condition or by the oil themselves to determine what oil you might reach for to use. So let me just use an example just so you guys can kind of hear this. Okay, so say you're having some, I'm just looking for a good one. You are looking for some support to your cardiovascular system, okay? The oils that are suggested are written here: orange, cypress, cinnamon, copaiba, sandalwood, and thyme. And it will tell you there's like little recipe ideas and little ways you can use those oils safely, either topically, internally, or diffusing them to support that system of your body, your circulatory system. That's just one example. I mean, there's everything in here. If you have a headache, if you want to get rid of cellulite, I'm just reading stuff on here. There's chills, I mean, dandruff, head lice. I had a friend use Melaleuca and lavender to get rid of head lice. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do with your oils, but having a resource guide is so important. Super, super, super important. So if you invest in a kit with me, I'll give you this book for free because it's so important for you to know how to use your oils and not always have to, think you don't know what you're doing, because you do know what you're doing if you have a good resource. There's other great books out there. I'm just going to stick with that one today to keep it simple. But if anyone has any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat boxes or unmute yourself. I'm happy to support you. I'll just give you guys a couple minutes. Okay, you guys have been so awesome. You've been good listeners, at least from what I can tell. So thank you guys for joining me online. I think this little thing I did with doing a Facebook Live at the same time as the recording here on Zoom worked out really well, so I might do this again in the future. So happy holidays, everyone. Go be safe. Go have a wonderful holiday season. I will be back next month with another class on how to make holiday sprays and delicious, yummy goodies using essential oils. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's going to be, I think, the first or second week in December. So please keep your eyes out for that. I'd love to have you back. And in the meantime, have a great day. I'm going to sign off. All right, so bye Facebook Live, and goodbye my friends on Zoom. We'll see you later.